We are back. And we continue to move on. Life goes on. Like I always say, life is either sweet or sour. Last Friday, November 25, it turned sour for many friends and extended families of charming gospel singer and ace music star, music producer, Sammie Okposo. This is one of his earliest works, Niger Praise. Instead of our usual discussion segment, The Counterpoint, we are connecting with millions of Okposo's kindred spirits in dedicating these moments to his memory, his sacrifices, his talents, his contributions to the Nigerian entertainment industry and to the Christian body. Celebrating his life and time, I've invited some of his friends, old pals, and one other who may or may not know him for peculiar reason. I can see one. Welcome to the Vintage Talk Show, Akinwale Oluwaleimu, top entertainment entrepreneur, veteran event organizer, and was formerly Sammie Okposo's manager. Good morning, Akinwale.
Good morning, Sir FJ. Good morning, Nigeria.
Thank you for coming. Still expecting Zubi and Nebeli. I will introduce them properly when they come in. And Amani AK. But with us also, to discuss some aspects of what we have been hearing and all that, is a certified mental health counselor, certified caregiving instructor, relationship and marriage mentor and advisor, amidst other advocacy engagements. Welcome to special broadcast on Sammie Okposo's passage. Anelechi Nwachi. Good morning, Nwachi.
This one is a special dedication to my mother. I love you, Mom, all the way from Cross River State.
Thank you. I thought we had the technology had failed us again. So I was introducing you. Thank you. Welcome, Anelechi, on to Vintage Talk Show. Good morning. Are you familiar with Sammie Okposo's music or his person? I'll come back to you. Fans of Sammie, you can join us on this segment. The number to call is 080 967 02550. Keep that again, 080 967 02550. You can also SMS us on WhatsApp. Check it and the number to call for, the number to check is 0810 713 7559. For your SMS or WhatsApp messages, send to number 0810 713 7559. I hope you got the numbers right. The first one to call is 080 96702 550. To SMS and WhatsApp 0810 713 7559. This is Sing Hallelujah by Sammie Okposo. The earlier one was Niger Praise.
My hands, my feet, my whole body, all that again will sing hallelujah.
I've known Sammie Okposo since the early 90s. Well, my reporters will not stop writing about him, his affairs, his dalliances, his young boyishness and all that. Then he became born again and he turned to God and he cleaned up his arts and all that. Wale, how long have you known Sammie?
I've known Sammie since the 90s, but we started working together in 2004 actually, and towards the end of 2004, I started running his affairs locally and internationally.
So what kind of person was he?
Well, Sammie was a jolly good fellow. Sammie was a fantastic friend. Initially, it was those days. It was how will I put this? It was into the world. He had fun. He had his own share of fun and all that until sometimes and I was part of that. Sometimes towards the end of 2009, and he decided to actually sit with God fully. It was born again initially, but it was backsliding and coming back in and out. But you know what? Eventually, he took steadfast with God and took up God's work fully as a minister.
So, how did it hit you on November 25?
Oh God! I was called very early in the morning. I work late, so most of the time I don't wake up early. So I was called as early as 7 a.m. in the morning that I've heard the news. I said, "What news about Sammie?" I said, "What about him?" I said, "Well, they have not clarified it and all that." And I had to make a few calls to find out exactly what's happening. I called his phone number first a couple of times. It was ringing and it was ringing. So I tried to reach his wife also, and she wasn't clicking through. I called someone that lived very close to him, who was also a Nigerian entertainer and comedian and MC, Wale, popularly known as TA, who lives in the next estate to his estate. So I started calling him and his wife to find out what's going on, and they didn't have an idea too. But eventually, I got wind of the idea that he was actually dead. It was a real shock for me. I was perplexed throughout the day, throughout that particular day. It messed me up. Until this minute, I'm still in disbelief that somebody as bubbly, as full of life, and as such a God, the way he did, could die just like that. So it's a mystery. This is one of the mysteries of life. No matter who you are, when is your day, it's your day.
Wow.
So I've come to terms with that.
The last few months before his demise, did you notice any change in him? Did you notice any worrying signs?
Well, people said they did, but I didn't. I spoke to him a couple of times. We chatted and spoke. When he came to Nigeria, it was going all over to do his Okposo press party, SOPP, which he also just finished in the UK, tour of that in the UK, and it was in Nigeria to also do one of that. on the 4th of November, and I was supposed to be part of that, but unfortunately I had other engagements, so I couldn't make it. But we spoke about a lot of things, but we didn't sit to meet recently in the last 3 months. We haven't sat down to gist or anything so that I can find out or get to know whatever what's going on with him. But times this smile, I was privy to information, but his BP got worse.
Hang on, Akinwale. We'll come to that. Let's quickly pay some bills. Wale, back to you. You were talking about some information. Is it shareable?
Sorry?
You are talking about you are privy to some information. I say, is this shareable? Is this something you can share on air?
There's nothing confirmed yet right now. An autopsy is being done by his family, and until there's a doctor's report, I'm not privy to anything right now. But he slept and didn't wake up, and we imagine that it's probably the BP. It's BP that got shut up.
The media reported that he slumped at age 51. That he
did not slump. That is it. The media writes all sorts of things. That's not true. That's not true.
It was also reported. I don't know if you are familiar with. I heard Pastor Anelechi berating commentators on his page. They should not speak ill of Sammie, or he will do this, he will do that, and because there were allegations in the media that after the scandal of his alleged dalliance with someone in somewhere, and that he had to go and apologize to his wife and all that, that the trauma he suffered was increased by the reaction of the some leadership of the Christendom to him, being a very powerful member of the singing sector. So what did you know about that?
Sir, Sammie is human, and most of all these leaders too have also gone through backlashes of things like that. Sammie made a mistake, as because he's human, he's not God.
Yeah.
And he turned back. Before anybody knew about that, he told his wife, and that's the most important person to him, apart from God. He told his wife, and they agreed mutually to announce to the world. And he did announce. He was the one that announced this to the world before anybody even said anything. And when the Christendom, a lot of pastors started chastising him as regards this, it felt bad as a human being. But I do not think Sammie is too strong in his wisdom with God for such a thing to affect him like that. From the Sammie I know, would rather leave it for God. I don't think that that affected him enough to get him to the point of death. No, I don't think so. I think there were other things. Sammie had other issues. There were a lot of other issues that I can't speak about on air that Sammie had. That was a small fry. In fact, that was even off. Himself and his wife. There's no way that you will do such a thing and yourself and your spouse will get back to normal immediately. But they were working things out. They were actually working things out. They got back to a stage in their life that was a lot better than the day of his announcement. So I knew that they were back as friends. So I don't think his wife had the affair really was a reason for this to happen. I don't think so, really and truly. I think it was just about the fact that Sammie had a lot of other issues that are not printable or speakable on air, and those issues are issues that will also touch anybody, no matter who you are. I wasn't also sure he was medicating well, because if you have BP like I do, there are things you have to do every day. You need to do those things religiously to manage it. I wasn't sure he was doing that, because if he was doing that, then I don't know. Honestly, he slept and he wake up. That is the truth of the issue.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I don't want to lose you there. I'll get back to you. I want to talk about this mental issue, possible mental connections to his state of mind, consequent upon what happened. We are not there. We are not God. We cannot judge him. And just to ask question, Anelechi, you have dealt with mental awareness and mental health issues and all that. Is it possible that so much stress occasioned by some kind of ostracizement or some kind of excommunication from people you normally parley with, is it possible to cause you so much devastation that you will collapse?
I must say that we have had a lot concerning our brother Sammie Okposo and the sudden death. But when I got the information through your media outfits on WhatsApp, I decided to get some information more apart from what media is talking about. And I discovered that all these things that is just going around the air is centered on mental health disorder or something. You asked a question that is very, very important. When it comes to mental health issues, possibly depression or anxiety or any of such that can cause a mental health disability, I want to say, sir, that it's a very critical issue, and what I tag as a professional, a smooth operator, that you might not know how deep it is eating inside of you until it just pops up suddenly. There is no doubt that if suddenly he slept and he couldn't wake up, ostracization whatsoever that we are hearing about is centered on a particular issue concerning his health. And as you asked, it is very, very possible, sir, that whatever issues he's having with his religious circle or family circle or even his music circle might have contributed to what actually transpired. Like you said earlier, we are not God, we are not judging. It's only God that knows exactly what transpired. But the question you asked is true to me. It is very, very possible that issues of life in whatsoever area can accumulate, can build up in one to actually impair your health, especially mentally, resulting to either depression or anxiety. And the way you go about it will determine how long you will go in tackling it or lasting with it. God forbid, maybe eventually continue to, go down because of the ignorance of it, sir.
Thank you, Anelechi, certified health, mental health advisor. What have you? Wale, what's your last word? We are wrapping up the whole exercise. What's your final wish concerning Sammie?
I just wish we all take care of ourselves. Our mental health is a very important, especially in men, is a very important part of our life. We're thinking of a lot of things, we're thinking of a lot of things at the same time. The family, how we take care of our spouses, our children, the family, and things we gather up will matter as regards to our mental health. I agree with Anelechi that whatever was going on with Sammie was definitely working. Drugs, all the time. Just exercise regularly. It's going to help you, to eat right. It's important for men, most especially, and women too, but men are the ones that carry a lot of things in their mind, and never speak out. Talk to somebody. It's important you talk to somebody. You don't think someone to talk to somebody. I've learned to do that, and I hope that becomes better for me and for you. May the soul of Sammie Okposo rest in peace. Thank you very much, sir.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Akinwale Oluwaleimu, long-time friend of Sammie Okposo, business partner, and entertainment entrepreneur. Thank you so much for coming. Anelechi, Nwachi, thank you so much for adding your professional touch into the discussion of Sammie Okposo's demise. 51. It's pretty strange talking about an ebullient, powerful singer. Hear him in one of his most famous songs. Thank you, gentlemen. I will see you some other time.
Some of them when they hear this music, so when I get fine children, some of them get better husband, better wife, good jobs. Some of them when they go school, when they pass, when they not get sick, accident not day. Fixing on your power, yeah, that be your power. Living up for God, where you for day. If not be fine power, waiting you for be. My brother, my sister, let we not forget to thank God for all the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things He do. I don't know what thing I do. I don't know what thing I be. And that is why, oh yeah, that is why.
This is a vintage talk show with Femi Akinwale Johnson, The Farge.
That was Sammie Okposo's Welo Welo. That's our special tribute to the fallen star of Nigerian gospel music. A man whose tenacity, doggedness, and resourcefulness have helped a lot of entertainment projects, including some of which I had been privileged to headline. And he was very, very powerful, very, very influential. I can recollect one of the award ceremonies we did in 1992 or 93, giving his first award as the best producer. I think about Blackie's Blackie. I can't remember that, Rosie or something like that. That was him thanking God for everything and admonishing us to thank God before we exist. Whatever happens, it's all about God.